Hello and welcome to Chapter 10, Lesson 11. Today we're going to be dividing unit fractions by whole numbers. So for example, this picture right here, if this is the whole rock, we're looking at just half of the rock. And let's say I wanted to divide it into 3 equal pieces. So if I took half a rock and divided it into 3 pieces, I'd have to do the other half too to get the total amount of pieces, right? In the whole. So 1/2 divided into 3 equal pieces is 1/6. Okay, so if I divided it into 3 equal pieces, each piece has how much in it? 1/6, because now there are 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total pieces in my whole. Let's get some practice in here. Elijah. Well, now look it. I just didn't even know that this was what they were going with, and that's what I chose. Great. Well, now we know it's 1/6, right? Anyways, Elijah is sorting his music into playlists. 1/2 of his music is rock. Okay, so we've got rock music. I thought it was a rock. No, rock music. He wants to make 3 separate rock playlists. If each playlist is the same size, what fraction of Elijah's music, okay, this is all of his music here, so what fraction of his music will be on one of the rock playlists? So if I divide this half into 3, I also need to divide this half into 3, which means all of his music is divided into 1/6 pieces. So if I take his pieces of rock music here, and I divide it by 3 because he wants to make 3 separate playlists, each one would be 1/6 of his music. Okay, how many equal sections are there now? There are 6 equal sections. How many of the parts represent the fraction in the music that is on one of the rock playlists? 1/6. So 1 rock playlist section, and there are a total of 6 sections in all of his music. So 1/2 divided by 3 is 1/6. Use multiplication to check. So I could do 1/6 times 3. And so then that would be 1/6 times 3 over 1. I'd get 3/6 or 1/2. Checks out. In the buffet line, there was only 1/4 of a pan of spaghetti left. Here's my 1/4. 3 friends decide to divide the spaghetti evenly. What fraction of a whole pan of spaghetti did each friend receive? Okay, so if I'm going to divide this 1/4 into 3 parts, I need to divide the whole spaghetti pan into 3 parts. So each piece. Okay, so now how many total parts are in the whole spaghetti pan? 3, 6, 9, 12 total pieces. Okay, so there are 12 total pieces in the spaghetti pan. One section is 1. Total sections are 12. So 1/4 divided by 3 is 1/12. Are you noticing any patterns here? Maybe you'll start to figure it out. 1/12 of a pan. There is a trick. And there is a formula for dividing fractions that we'll get to, but here we go. Find the quotient of 1/3 divided by 3. So if I divide 1/3 of the pieces into 3, I need to divide the rest of the thing, of the model. Okay, so now I have 3, 6, 9 parts total. Okay, so my denominator is going to be 9 total parts. My numerator is going to be 1/9. So 1/3, 1/9 times 3 over 1 is 3/9, which if I reduce, I would get 1/3. 3/9 or 1/3, and that's where we started with 1/3 divided by 3. Okay, so here I have 1/2. I'm going to divide it by 3. 3 groups, 3 groups. How many total groups? There are 6. And 1 section is 1. So if I take 1/6, multiply it by 3 over 1, I'd get 3/6. Divide by 3, and I'd get 1/2. Okay, worked out. Now I have 1/4 divided by 5. So if I divide this piece up into 5 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have 5 pieces in each one. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20 pieces. Out of 20 total pieces, I'm looking at 1/20th right here is how much that's worth. So if I take 1/20th and multiply it by 5 over 1, I would get 5/20ths. Divide by 5, and get 1/4, which is what we were looking for. Nice. Okay, there's only 1 granola bar left out of a pan of 10 bars, so 10 total bars. And of those 10, 1 is left. So 1/10 of the total pan is left. And Rachel and Will are going to split it. So I'm going to take 1/10 and divide it by 2. Okay, so if I have a big bar here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now if I'm cutting each of these in half, cut it in half, 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 right? Then this piece right here is worth 1 out of how many total pieces are left now? Or how many pieces are total in the bar? There are 20 total pieces. So 1/20th of the pan is how much they will receive. Tyson has 1/2 pound of raisins and he's going to divide it into 7 bags. Okay, so if I have a whole pound of raisins, here's my 1/2. Now I'm going to divide it into 7 each piece. Now I'm sure I'm going to get this question. Mrs. Hamer, you're only drawing 6 lines. You're supposed to be cutting it into 7 pieces. Take a look. I drew 6 lines on each half, right? This is where it's cut in half. And look how many pieces I made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I made 7 pieces by making 6 cuts. Okay, so don't let that confuse you. Don't think you have to make 7 cuts. No, it's 7 pieces. Okay, so I had 1/2 here. I cut it into 7 pieces, but I have to say how many are in the whole. So in the whole, there are 14. And so 1/14 of a pound is how much they're each going to get. 1/14 of a pound. Write and solve real world problem for 1/2 divided by 3. Draw a model and explain the meaning of the quotient. Okay, so for this one, I kind of like the last one. I feel like that's more accurate. So, or something you'd be able to picture. Like, why would I ever use this? So let's say I have 1/2 a bag of jelly beans. I have 1/2 a bag of jelly beans. I have 1/2 a bag of jelly beans and want to divide it among 3 friends. How much of a bag of jelly beans does each, I'm going to run out of room here. I'll scooch it up. Each friend get? Okay, here's my question. Now I have to solve it. So I have half a bag. So here's my bag, and I have half left. Okay, I want to divide my bag among 3 friends. What I have left, okay? So if I want to figure out how much of the bag she's going to get, I need to split the whole bag up, right? Okay, so now I have a total of 6 parts of the bag. Each friend will get 1/6 of the bag of jelly beans. Test practice. There's 1/6 of the birthday cake left over. If 3 friends share the remaining cake equally, what fraction of the entire cake will each friend receive? Find the unknown in 1/6 divided by 3. Okay, so, well, I've got something over here I can use, so I guess I probably don't really need to draw it. Okay, so I have it cut here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which makes 6 equal pieces. Each one's cut into thirds. So how much will each friend will receive 1 of these pieces, right? So how many total pieces are here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Total pieces, each friend will receive 1. So 1/18 will be the total. Okay. So that's all I have for you today. We'll kind of talk more about the math behind this next time, because right now we're just kind of doing models, which is great for you to visually see what's going on. But also the math is where you're going to be heading, so it's good for you to get both aspects of it. But let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.